What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. All right, so in this video we're going to be doing a case study, sort of like a back test, as you will say, on EU. We're going to be covering this huge move that happened here. We're going to be covering what actually happened inside of here and how we could have positioned ourselves in ways that we could have been a participant in this huge bearish move. Right, there's like two main ways that you could have been a participant in this, so we're going to go through that and we're going to cover that. So as you guys know, on this channel, I like to give out free gems. I like to steer you guys in the right direction to help you out, even just by the slightest bit, right? Every day we have something new that we can learn as traders. So even for me, this was a learning thing as well, because every day you want to learn something new, right? There's no level, there's no skill that you're at that you can't learn something. Okay, no matter how much experience you got or whatever the case may be, there's always something new to learn. So that is the point of this, is to learn something new and to be able to adjust our trading style. So I'm going to go ahead and jump to a fresh EU chart. You guys already know where to find all the links to our services. All of it is in the description, right? I don't want to take time talking about that. So let's just jump into a fresh chart if I can find one. Now we have this right here that I've been talking about for the past couple weeks, and it is this supply zone. So I will say that this supply zone had me kind of tunnel vision that we were going to come in here, because I didn't see no reason for us to react anywhere else but inside of this manipulation. But I guess that we found some sort of supply, and I can kind of see a mitigation trend that happened right here, that you could say essentially right here. I can see this manipulation. We were participants of that manipulation. I remember that entry that happened right here. So I could say that this manipulation had some type of supply inside of it, and then we had the test of it here, and you can see that that is essentially where the market reacted from. Or we could also say that this entire zone is a supply point, which is not entirely wrong, right? This is a supply point. So when we're talking about supply, especially when you have these big ranges, you got to be careful of where you decide to actually place your actual supply zone, right? Because this whole area is a supply zone, technically. But if we go inside of it, you can see that this essentially is what caused the manipulation here, okay? Doesn't mean we have to get up there, though, right? That doesn't mean we have to come back up there, right? Banks could just come into this entire zone and mitigate their positions like that, because we don't know exactly where they put their positions, right? So this right here could have been just enough for them to mitigate their positions. So you just have to think about it that way. So just know that the market will not always come inside of your actual supply zone, right? Most of the time it will, but in this case we didn't, and we just mitigated this entire supply zone right here, and then it come into the precise area. So I'm going to try to go ahead and speed it up for you guys so it's not too long and boring, right? Essentially what happened here is inside of here we had an accumulation, reaccumulation, another reaccumulation. So what did this show us? This showed us that buyers were interested in the market. Okay, that's essentially what that showed us, is buyers were interested in this market. So what does that mean? That means there was some type of demand here. Because there was some type of demand here, and that the fact that we did start with an accumulation down here at this low and continue to rally up, we can consider this a lower time frame order flow move toward the upside, right? We can consider that our lowest time frame order flow leg. So what does that mean? Essentially, what does that mean? Once the market had created this low right here, we technically broke order flow. And looking back at it in hindsight, that is a valid break. Why? Well, essentially, you can see we had this redistribution right here, which is essentially our slingshot, right? That is our slingshot that caused the new low, which broke our order flow. So why is this a valid break, and why is this such an important break? Because there was actual demand coming up here, which means we invalidated buyers. And if we invalidated buyers, essentially that means there had to be some type of sellers behind this move. Okay, that's what we have to expect. So our two areas that we're looking for sales from was from here, which was our last basically manipulation before we broke this low, right? So this was our first area that we was looking for a sell from. We had a small reaction in here, right? We're trading this live. We had a small reaction from here, but we never really got the price action we was looking for. We was on a live session while we was looking at this, I remember, but we never got anything that told us to sell from here. So essentially after we did that, we broke this manipulation area. After we break the manipulation area, so if you guys didn't know, right, inside of a leg, you're going to have two areas. You're going to have this right here, which is the last manipulation before we break the structure, right? Essentially slingshot. Okay. You can get that from Fibs and Profit. If you don't know about him, great trader. Okay. Very good trader. So, and I like the name for it. So that's why I use it, because it makes a lot of sense. So like I said, slingshot, right? Boom. After that, you have your origin. So the origin is what we're really going to be focused on today. And that's where the move actually came to. So we have our origin. So we're going to have two areas. Like I said, we have our origin and then we have our slingshot. Okay. So essentially this is the origin here. That is the origin. And what you can see, what happened was we created liquidity right here. Okay. Create liquidity at that top, and that's not even the best thing that happened here. The more I get deeper into it, the more you're going to see how of a clean setup this actually was. So essentially right here we got some equal highs, as you can call it. I'm gonna do that for the smart money people, right? We got some equal highs. I know you guys love to see that. Equal highs. And what do we have? So I'm gonna draw a fib out of the 50% of this area, and you're gonna see that we came into the 50%. Right? There's more. So one of the entries that I was talking about is one of the most basic entries, right? Order block entry, right? A sponsor candle entry, whatever you want to call it, which was right here. Okay. So now in hindsight, you could have said, yeah, I could have just set a limit order here because this is the last order block. There is imbalance, right? There's liquidity above it. So yeah, very clean, right? In hindsight, you understand, right, why you could have put a limit there, because you can see where the market actually reacted. But you have to understand hindsight is very different from when you're actually trading the markets and you have emotions involved and you have all sorts of things involved, right? So that's one thing that backtesting helps us with, and doing these case studies helps us with that. So essentially, like I said before, we did come into the 50% of our origin, right? Which sounds like a no-brainer trade, okay? But you know, those of you with the high stop losses, this could have been probably a great trade. I know a lot of people that actually took this trade, right? So I said it was like what, 16? But what's another opportunity, right? What is another opportunity that we could have called this trade? Confirmation entries. I talk about confirmation entries a lot, and yes, there was a confirmation entry inside of here. Okay, you're going to see the difference between taking a 16 pip trade and just waiting for the lower time frame to prove to you that it's going to sell with Wyckoff. And this is why Wyckoff is so important. Okay, you have to understand Wyckoff and the importance of it, because Wyckoff actually shows us the evidence of sellers getting into the market. Why would we want to see evidence of sellers getting into a market at this area? Because it is the origin. It is the origin of this order flow leg. Okay. So let me go ahead and use the replay mode a little bit. And there you go right here, right? It is a seconds time frame. It is a fractal distribution. It happened really fast. So if you weren't looking at the market during this time, it happened very fast. Unfortunately, very, very unfortunately, I came too late to catch this distribution, right? I came in around right here as soon as this last redistribution happened, and I had a limit sitting right here, and we just didn't come back into it. Okay, we just didn't come back into it. I came to look at this too late. I believe I was looking at something else, maybe USD CAD. I was probably looking at probably USD CAD or probably UJ, something like that. Okay, or GU. I'm not sure what I was looking at during the time, but I came in too late, and by the time I came in, we've already taken off. We was like right here. I was looking for the last mitigation maybe to go down. We didn't get that. So it's very unfortunate, right? But that's the purpose of this back test, is to go in and figure out what did we miss, right? And how we could have caught that, and why was that a good entry. So if you guys don't see it already, this is a clean Wyckoff distribution, okay? We have our buying climax, right? We have buying climax. We have an automatic rally right here. We have our secondary test, okay? We have our minor sign of weakness. We have our up thrust right here. It's this wick. And then this whole move up here is our UTAD. This is our UTAD. Okay, so essentially what you would have been waiting for is this low to be broken. We did not break this low. You can see down here, for those of you that are in the mentorship, you can see right here, this is a redistribution. So we have a redistribution that actually tested the UTAD before we made the change of character. Let me go ahead and put that down there. Before we made a change of character, we already had a redistribution, right? Redistribution left the wick. So essentially, this is our test right here. That's our test. Change of character happened. We have another redistribution. This redistribution tested that one, which is our last unmitigated candle. Okay. Stop loss right here, 5 pips, and off they go. Right? That's it. Off they go. Okay. What, right now at a what? A 1 to 22? And guess what? You could have probably scaled this down to a way smaller stop loss. Let's see if this gave you the 50%, which it probably did. Yeah. 50% entry on this, you have what? A 2.5 pip stop loss. Sitting at a what? 1 to 48, almost a 1 to 50. So, as you guys can see, hold on, I think I'm tripping. Yeah, I'm definitely tripping. That's not even it. We're not even zoomed out. Hold on, guys. Yeah, I'm completely tripping, right? That's not even it. So the 2.5 is like what? 1 to 164 right now. And I know that sounds unrealistic to you guys. I know that sounds unrealistic, but come on, you just seen it. This happened so fast. And no, you're not going to catch this full 100 to 64 trade. Right? You're not going to catch this 164 RR trade, okay? That's just not how it works, right? I know me, all of us in the Discord right here would have been our first partial. Right here, 25% off. Probably right here, 25% off. Right here, another 25% off. You're not catching this full 164 R, right? You got to have a lot of balls to hold something like that. Or you just got to be really stupid, okay? Because the market could just easily come back up here. So if you don't take your money, you're just stupid. So I advise you guys to take partials. But that's on the 2.5 pip stop loss. So let's say you just took the 5 pip, like we talked about earlier. And I'm going to just go ahead and make it a 5 pip so you guys can see it. Hopefully if TradingView lets me see it. Okay, here we go. I'm just making a 5 pip real quick. So 5 pip is at a 1 to 81. Okay, so you can see that's a lot of RR. And since then, we haven't really got a lot of opportunities unless you were scalping. We haven't really got a lot of opportunities on this. I know I took a scalp opportunity somewhere in here. Took a little bit of money, but nothing crazy. We haven't gotten another big push yet. This might be something big for tomorrow if we go ahead and get another distro. I'll take this distribution down. One thing I would tell you for EU, I am targeting a whole new low. So this low right here, I expect to be taken out. Right there. There's no point for this low anymore since we already invalidated the accumulation. This right here was supposed to be our test that drove us past this high. We did not do it. We took out this low. So we're going to go ahead and take this out. And DXY has made a new high already. So come on, we can just expect EU to do the same thing, which is make a new low because it is the inverse of DXY. All right. So little case study for you guys. I hope you guys got this down packed and you can understand the process and the background behind this and why I did this video. Okay, I can do another case study for you guys. I have a good case study for G-Chef if you guys want to look at that. All right, but that's pretty much it for this video. If you guys have any recommendations on any videos that you want me to record, that you want me to do for you guys, that you want me to post, let me know and we can work on getting that done. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out. Enjoy your day.